Now, which stage is this titanic battle about to take place on? Into the stratosphere. We're going out of this world. Hwarang with the stance pressure and Leroy coming in with all of the wicked parries. We've got Sugar. Both of these players dancing around. Hwarang coming in with pressure. Leroy Smith coming in with the Wing Chun flurry of punches. But Hwarang unfortunately eats the first counter hit that leads into a heat engager. We're gonna see a nasty combo at the wall here. 53 damage to the name of Leroy Smith. Hwarang gets the counter hit. We're not looking extremely healthy here. Leroy still looking absolutely spotless. And game number 1 goes to Unken's Leroy. We're trying to do a lot of flamingo stance. We're trying to do a lot of guaranteed hits here. We don't win through combos, we win through chip damage. But Leroy Smith seems to be taking the brunt of Hwarang's offense as the heat is broken by one of Hwarang's many armor moves from flamingo stance. Gets the amazing sidewalk but doesn't capitalize on it fully. Both players dancing around with jabs. Leroy taking the brunt of the advantage here by Hwarang. Tries to go for the heat engagers, but Leroy threads the needle and finds the launcher. Do we see the wall? Heat burst first. Do we see an extension into the wall? We end it first, but Hwarang's wall is to the back. We get a massive heat-empowered flurry of punches. This ain't looking good. 78 damage. Hwarang with a heat burst with rage into the low. Both characters even, but Hwarang eats the well-timed rage art from Leroy Smith. Unken fighting for his way out of purgatory. Fighting for his way to get back to the laurels of champions here. We're gonna see forward 3 by Hwarang. Low high strings, another low, but Leroy gets the parry into the knockdown but doesn't get the guaranteed follow-up, unfortunately. He does, however, recompensate with a wall combo. And now the floor is lava. Who's the first to get the wall bursting down beneath them for massive damage potential. Big armor move here. The Leroy player ain't looking too good. It's match point for him, but Hwarang dead even with him. Spends the heat smash. Gets the guaranteed 2 hits. And it's 1-1 to the names of both Leroy and Hwarang. To Unken and Kubins. We're looking good here. At the wall for Leroy Smith. It's not looking too hot. Hwarang still looking healthy. Leroy at nearly 50% health. Gets the throw down. But the situation's been reversed. Heat engager for Leroy. Wall splat for Leroy, and Hwarang's life gets shredded by the floor burst. Into the wall combo by the Hwarang. Doesn't spend rage and gets the low as the Leroy wakes up, and round number 1 goes to Kubins.
Get ready for the next battle.
1-1 to the names of both Unken and Kubins rather. Absolutely insane. Big 2 walls broken already by the Hwarang here at Mishima Dojo. There won't be any chances for Leroy to capitalize on any wall-based combos now. Still the heat burst, but no walls to travel to thanks to Hwarang's work. Absolutely absorbs all those hits. But what for? Both players at rage. Slivers of their life remaining. Big hits by Leroy in match number 1 of game number 2 here for Onken. Leroy's coming back with his own pressure, pushing Hwarang to the wall. Lows, flurries of kicks, heat engager, and a throw. And Hwarang ain't looking too nice. Denies Leroy the 7 golden letters, but Hwarang still down. Built up an absolute advantage for himself. Big heat engager by Hwarang. But yet again, no walls to pin the player to low parry by Leroy. Just a quick combo. Tries to go for the back 3, but it's punished by Leroy. Big heat engager into the wall. We're going into the Flamingo stance pressure again. Empowered by Heat, but Heat runs just short of doing all of its work on Leroy, as Leroy is now with Rage and with Heat. Recovers some Heat, spends it. Got some Rage. Are we gonna see the wall? No, the last hit does not connect. Absorbs all of the Leroy's parries into the Rage art. And that's gonna be game number 2. Kubins and Onken 1-1 to each of their names. Who's gonna see tomorrow? Who is gonna have to leave today's tournament? It'll all be decided in the next match.
Get ready for the next battle.
Time to take out the trash. Round 1. Fight.
Big heat engager to open up here at Yakushima for Leroy. All guaranteed hits, by the way, and Hwarang isn't looking too nice. Hwarang trying to build up some sort of lead with all of this pressure, but Leroy is steadfast. Scaring the Leroy. Both of them keeping their distance. Armor broken by Leroy's heat smash. Misses the heat burst. And Leroy is looking absolutely safe into the low parry. Big low parry combo for Leroy to close out game 3 of the last of both of their games. Big counter hit by Leroy. Hwarang's gonna have to try really hard to figure out a new approach to breaking Leroy's newfound momentum. Tries again to go for some Flamingo stance pressure. Big counter hit by the Leroy player. Unfortunately, just cannot get that last hit of his combo to connect. Saw it happen before in the last game. It might cost him dearly. Or not, because Leroy lands an absolutely well-timed rage art. And now Hwarang is down. Spends the heat smash. What do we do with rage? Gets the grab. And no break. Leroy Smith looking 2-0. It looks like an absolute no-round round yet again. But Hwarang with a parry, and Leroy with a parry of his own. It might be match point here for Leroy. Tournament life for Hwarang. Let's go for 4-4-3. But Leroy responds with an orbital. Massive combo here. Thankfully there are no walls, but it doesn't matter. You're eating damage anyway. Absolutely parries the heat burst, and this is gonna be the end of Kubins' tournament run. Congratulations to Onken for clawing his way back.